Was actually arrested today in Louisiana for possession of a firearm and possession of marijuana. But investigators say all signs do point to Brenda Cameron.
We believe that she might be in the custody of her mother. That's where everything is leaning at this point.
And police also tell us they put out a reference to all the United States about the car that they believe Sage is in with her mom, along with a description of Sage. And although police say they don't believe that Sage's mother, Brenda, is a threat to her, they're doing all they can to get her back here safe. But for now, reporting in Charlotte County, I'm Terrace Miles, Fox 4, in your corner.
And detectives tell us that her mom's car was spotted passing through on Veterans Memorial Highway in Tampa. The camera clearly capturing both Brenda Cameron and Sage sitting in the front seats. Again, if you see them, you're asked to call police.
The Southwest Florida man accused of hiring 2 hitmen, including his best friend, to kill his own wife. A Bonita Springs doctor was back in court today. The defense and state went back and forth discovering who should be on the witness list. Right now, there are more than 100 names there. They also discussed some of the motions requested by the defense team, but the judge did not rule on any of those motions. Mark Severs faces the death penalty if he's convicted. The next pretrial court date is scheduled for June 3rd. Tonight, Governor DeSantis is praising the president for committing to Everglades restoration funding. Trump tweeted yesterday he's supporting a $200 million budget request this year to fight pollution and algae blooms in the region. Governor DeSantis said there had been some concern of a funding shortfall for the Everglades, but he says the president has assured him the money will be there. 2 Native American tribes went before the Collier County leaders today. We're showing you some of that to make their voices heard about the quality of water coming into the Everglades from Lake Okeechobee. The Seminole and Miccosukee tribes both call the Everglades home, and they say the water flowing in from the northern areas like Lake Okeechobee is just loaded with pollutants. Today, they told Collier County commissioners they're concerned that while stormwater treatment areas remove the phosphorus nutrients from the water, they aren't removing other pollutants like pesticides, bacteria, and nitrogen. Tonight, we're continuing to get the latest on a gas leak that shut down businesses and backed up traffic in East Fort Myers.
Tonight, one road is still closed. As a result, Fox 4's Alyssa Dickert spoke with a nearby restaurant that was forced to close.
Fort Myers Fire Department tell Fox 4 it all started with an excavator hitting a gas line on Pine Street off of Palm Beach Boulevard. That forced the gas to be shut off, lanes to close, and evacuation of nearby businesses, leaving one restaurant forced to shut its doors early.
It just affects us negatively.
Nikki Sue works at Fortune Cookie Chinese restaurant.
Since we are a family business, we depend on profit to keep us going.
And although Tuesdays are usually slow,
so we would depend on the later times where there was a rush at like the evening.
The Chinese restaurant closed about 5 hours early. Just after 4 p.m., all lanes opened up on Palm Beach Boulevard except one eastbound lane as crews were repairing the damage. In Fort Myers, Alyssa Dickert, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you, Alyssa. A house fire in Charlotte County sent one person to the hospital early this morning. This happened on Hannah Street. It's really close to the Charlotte County-Sarasota County line. One person was flown to Blake Medical Center in Bradenton. That's how far north it was in Charlotte County. Neighbors say they were evacuated as first responders worked to put out the flames. They all had to get out of their homes nearby. Crews say a downed power line at the scene was an obstacle. FP&L responded to the scene and disconnected the power line and powered that home, of course. The cause of the fire is still under investigation tonight.
Oh, someone didn't think it was very funny. Comedian Ahmed recorded video of Collier Sheriff's deputies showing up at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples. Ahmed says someone listening to his routine called 911. Claiming to be frightened for their lives based on one of his jokes. His video, which he posted on Facebook, shows the club owner and deputies taking it all in stride. Ahmed says he plans to incorporate what happened into his next act. A state trooper lucky to be alive tonight, the moment he nearly lost his life on a busy highway, and it's all caught on camera.
Our citrus industry at risk because of a bacteria, but could the way to fix that hurt our health in the process? Fox 4's Frank Sapola breaking down what it could do to you. Plus,
I not only lost my son in that moment, but I've lost whatever future he had.
A Southwest Florida mother warning parents and athletes of the dangers with these hotter temperatures. That's straight ahead on Fox 4 News at 10. Derek.
We got through today without seeing much rainfall across the area. I'll let you know if that trend will continue for tomorrow through the rest of the week in your forecast coming up.
Expert.
Such a close call. Florida State troopers nearly killed by that passing driver. The first trooper was on the scene of this Leon County crash. This is the Tallahassee area when this went down. That car missed the trooper by mere inches. Then the driver almost hit another trooper who was also standing on the shoulder of that road. I wish I could say this is the only case of this, but this is another one. A car heads right toward another trooper on a busy highway, this time in South Florida in Boynton Beach.
Vanessa Medina walks us through those terrifying moments, all of which was caught on dash cam video.
For Jeremy Medastin, an FHP trooper, it was a normal, rainy day on the job.
The trooper was dispatched to a two-vehicle crash on 995 southbound south of Woolbright.
Medastin pulls over. There's cones out. He has his rain jacket on. After speaking to the drivers of both cars involved in the accident, he's walking back to his cruiser when suddenly
There's a vehicle that got on 995 to travel south, and apparently due to the weather condition, the driver lost control and the vehicle veered towards the wall.
Watch it in slow motion. The car loses control. Then Medastin reacts.
Sees the vehicle coming towards the wall, and he did an excellent reaction to kind of jump towards the wall, because if not, I don't know how things would have turned out.
The car missing Medastin's body by inches, but clipping his foot. The trooper had to be helped back to his cruiser, where paramedics then assessed his injuries, and he had to be taken to the hospital.
We don't know if he's got any broken bones. They're doing more tests to see if there's any ligament injuries.
However, he was already released from the hospital, and miraculously, he's going to be okay.
We are lucky that nobody else got hurt. Could have been a lot worse, especially if the vehicle goes towards the other vehicles that were part of the crash. And we're also very lucky that our trooper's alive.
Pretty amazing. Wow, that was Vanessa Medina reporting. The officer has been only with the Florida Highway Patrol for about a year. Members of the Fort Myers Police Department are in Washington, D.C. this week for National Police Week. They're joined by the families of Andrew Widman and Adam Jobbers Miller, two officers who died in the line of duty. Every year, fallen officers, their names are inscribed on a memorial wall. Well, this year, Officer Adam Jobbers Miller's name was added. Tomorrow, the Collier County Sheriff's Office will honor those who died in the line of duty. They'll hold a law enforcement memorial at the East Naples United Methodist Church. It'll happen at 7 at night. They're honoring fallen deputies and their families for their sacrifice. This is part of National Law Enforcement Memorial Week.
Derek, keeping an eye on your weather this evening after a day that wasn't so sunny, when we're kind of used to that now.
It really wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It was kind of, it wasn't that
Comfy.
burning sunshine for a change. Kind of cooled things off a little bit. We still have some chances for rain in the forecast here for tomorrow, so we're not rid of the rain just yet, even though we didn't see much this afternoon. And part of the reason for that was all the cloud cover that we had in place. So the radar tonight is mostly dry. We're expecting temperatures to settle back into the low 70s here for tonight. Many areas, though, still near 80 degrees. 81 currently in Everglades City, but lots of low to mid 70s across the region now. The Cape you can see at 78 degrees, 77 at Page Field. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow morning. Can't rule out a shower or perhaps a storm in the morning. And then we'll have a chance during the afternoon as well, because we're watching a couple of features that could actually help bring some rain chances to the area here for tomorrow. Now, what we have in place are this big shield of thick clouds in place, and all of this really has been developing out in the Gulf and moving across the state. You can clearly see how extensive this mid and high level cloud cover is, and even some low level clouds as well. A lot of the rain that has been developing in the Gulf, though, as it approaches the coast, has been falling apart. But we're watching some upper level energy to the south and west here, just off the television screen, that's going to be swinging across the region tomorrow, and I do think that that may potentially enhance the rain chances. You can kind of see it there with this little kink in the lines, and it's firing off some storms in the western Gulf. We'll watch that energy as it moves across the state for tomorrow into tomorrow afternoon, and also a dying front that's going to be dropping into the area. But right now it looks like, for the most part, The forecast calls for only a widely scattered chance for some storms. Nothing widespread, and it wouldn't surprise me if we ended up with a similar situation today, with most areas, though, staying mostly cloudy with just only isolated chances for rain. So predictor not terribly bullish on the rain chances overnight and through tomorrow, and it's hinting at potentially some coastal activity in the morning. We'll see if this ends up panning out, but the chances tomorrow will be very spotty. So just have the umbrella just in case. It doesn't look like anything widespread. We'll have some storms around, especially inland during the afternoon. And then the front is going to gradually die out and push southward. So I think on Thursday, the chances will be small, but they'll be lower. We're only going to about 20% probability for rain for Thursday into Friday. So as the week goes on, it looks like the rain chances will go down. 72 for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, warm and muggy with a calm wind. Tomorrow, we're going to go with highs in the mid-80s. It could end up being a little bit cooler than this, especially if the cloud cover remains thick here through tomorrow afternoon. Inman Marine forecast sees running about 2 feet or less, northwest winds at 10 knots, inland waters a light chop. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. And again, that 87 tomorrow is going to be highly dependent on how much sunshine we see. We only reached 85 this afternoon with the thick clouds. If we do see even a little bit of sun, we'll get up to 87. 30% chance for rain tomorrow, and then lower chances as we head into the weekend.
All right, thank you, Derek. Halfway across the world and robbed. The scary moments for some Florida students studying abroad.
A happy day for a sea turtle. What made this release extra special, like record-breaking? Still ahead on Fox 4 News at 10.
Firm.
A startling sight for drivers on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge over the weekend.
All right, this is a dog that ran over the ledge there. It didn't run over it, but new cell phone video shows that pup right there walking along the wall. One woman says she and her family were on their way back to Sarasota when they saw that happening. Other drivers, as well as state troopers, stepped in to catch the dog.
Whoever saved the little guy definitely deserves recognition. Maybe 4-inch railings up there walking across, and glad he didn't fall in, but we were pretty worried about him.
Yeah, well, the Florida Highway Patrol says the driver did safely retrieve the dog. However, state troopers still don't know how that dog ended up there alone.
The largest, I mean, look at the size of this thing.
Whoa.
Largest ever rescued loggerhead sea turtle is now back where it belongs, in our beautiful Gulf waters. These fine folks and strong folks at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium released Kirby back into the Gulf today. Now, when they found Kirby, he was having some serious health issues. I love they've got every angle with the video here. So after months of recovery, crews finally got the okay to let Kirby go back into the water. Plenty of volunteers.
Wow, look at that audience there.
Yeah.
Took like a dozen volunteers to get him out. A Southwest Florida mom with a warning for parents tonight. Why she says your student athletes need to be even more careful as the temperature rises.
But first, protecting paradise, but at a cost. The new concerns about fighting a bacteria that's killing our citrus, why it could put your family's health at risk. Next on Fox 4 News at 10.
Live from the station that's in your corner, you're watching Fox 4 News at 10.
They are beautiful at a glance, iconic in Florida, but what you're not seeing is the threat you've never heard of, slowly chipping away at our state's citrus industry and your pocketbook. Tonight, a closer look, because now there are new concerns about how scientists plan to fight that. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Patrick Nolan.
And I'm Jane Monreal. Fox 4's Frank Sapola has a look at the toll protecting paradise could take on your health.
It's called citrus greening disease, and it is slowly killing the fruit that this state is famous for. Most of us haven't even heard of it, even as we pay more and more for citrus at the supermarket. The bigger concern, however, is that the plan to slow the progression of this disease, as scientists work on a solution, could put us all at risk. Florida's orange groves are being attacked by a microscopic assassin.
It's been a huge challenge for citrus growers.
It's a deadly bacteria carried inside this small insect, the Asian citrus psyllid. The bug in its cargo, a bacteria